all rites, rituals that keep you focused outside. Focus inwards towards the subject, the one that is witnessing this body, the one that is witnessing the mind. Subject focuses on subject. That is Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Without that, I am sorry to say, you will never, ever, ever, ever find your true self. Not possible. Forget about it. Harsh but true. Subject must look at the subject to find the subject. Subject cannot find subject in the object. Wrong direction. Common sense, actually. Yes? So it's okay, I didn't know earlier, I was spiritually immature and I needed the mental strength. So I focused on the object to become mentally strong, to de-stress myself, to relax, to come to terms, to accept this truth. And then only the Advaita journey begins, where subject focuses on subject after shunning all objects, including spiritual objects. Clear? So, I am the witness of the waking, dreaming and deep sleep states. That is Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Please see that you maintain a Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana notebook. It should always be on your nightstand with the pen. The moment you wake up in the morning, if you need spectacles, see your spectacles are there. You wake up in the morning, wear your spectacles, make your notes. Today I noticed this. Today I noticed this. I recognize this. Yeah? Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana is clear for the people who were not clear before. Okay. So when it becomes evident experientially, not theoretically, experientially that I am the witness of all three states of waking, dreaming and deep sleep. When you reach there, there will only be one obstacle that will be left. That obstacle will again and again come up. And if I were the witness, then why did this happen? How did this happen? What? Some blah blah mind story will be the obstacle, which will try to convince you I am not the witness. What are you supposed to do? Reject. Neti. Neti. Not this. Not this. There is no other way to get there. Neti, neti, neti. Not this. This is all rejection, rejected lies. I have rejected it in the past. Again it comes up. It's rejected. Again it comes up. Again I reject it. Mithya needs to be rejected repeatedly. Yeah? This is the meaning of Viveka. Vivekaha is filtering out the lies from the truth. Yeah. Lots of women online, you get rice which is not clean. It has lots of white pebbles. Yeah. Before cooking the rice, what do? You remove the white pebbles, you throw them away, you ensure that I have all rice, right? How do you remove the white pebbles from the rice? You look, this is lies, this is the truth. This is called Viveka. Discriminating, the power of discrimination, pulling out the lies, rejecting it again and again and again is Viveka. Yeah? Neti, neti, not this, not this, not this. This is clear? Now you'll understand verse 3. Verse 3 is neti, neti. Ashtavakra Samhita is nothing but neti, 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 neti all the way through chapter 20. Nothing else he does. Yeah? He is sharpening your Viveka. Viveka is like the sword. This sword is required to be sharpened so that it can cut away my ignorance. And how do I sharpen this sword of Viveka? Niti, niti, niti. Not this, not this, not this. Okay? So we'll go to verse 3. Verse 3 is in your PDF. न पृथ्वी न जलम न अग्निर न वायुर्ध्योर न वा भावान ईशाम साक्षिणाम आत्मनाम चिद्रूपम विद्धि मुक्तये. You are not earth, not water, not fire, not air, not even ether. You are the witness of all these. And the method to be liberated is to know yourself as Chidrupam. Chidrupam, literal translation, form of consciousness. Ashtavakra responds that even though you project the 5 elements first in your dream state, don't you see in your dream? Aren't there images? Don't you land up suddenly in a country called Timbuktu? You've never been there in your life. And you're in Timbuktu. You're shopping in Timbuktu. You're enjoying. You see all the beautiful sights over there. There is sense of sight there. There is sense of sound, smell, taste, touch. Everything is there. You have projected the 5 senses. And what are these 5 senses really? You have projected the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, ether, air. I will explain it to you in detail now. You have not only projected sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, you have projected earth, water, fire, ether, air. That is why you are in Timbuktu and not in US or India or Germany or Australia, wherever you are. You are in Timbuktu. You projected space, you projected earth, you projected water, you projected fire, you projected air. Now, don't believe this blindly. Experiment and verify. Experiment with Swapna Nidra Jnana. Every night, when I sleep, I have the opportunity to recognize the no-thingness that I am. That absolute emptiness, no-thingness, the nobodiness, that is Chidrupam. That is my true form of consciousness, the nobodiness. Then I, the consciousness, which is nobodiness and no-thingness, I, that which is like space, infinite stillness, emptiness, alive no-thingness, that true void, I first project I thought. I thought is the sense of existing. I exist. From the void, at first the I sense or I thought is born. This I sense is simply a form of the same consciousness. From the ocean comes a big wave. Is the wave different from the ocean? No, it's exactly the same water, H2O. Similarly, from that no-thingness came the sense of I am. Is it different from no-thingness? No, it is the same form of consciousness, same Chidrupam. Then this I sense projects dream images, dream thoughts. Let's take example of the same nightmare. At first, there is no sight, smell, taste, touch experienced. Usually, you will experience space and sound first. The sense of I am or the I thought experiences space and sound first. Of course, you must develop your skill of witnessing to recognize this sequence. Then you will be able to recognize this truth in your direct experience as opposed to simple theory. When I become Antarmukhi, I see first there is some space, maybe the space in Timbuktu, and then there is the sense of sound. When your Viveka has sharpened, if it is really sharpened, you will also be able to hear the sound of creation, the Nada that we did in Mandukya Upanishad few months ago. Yeah? You will be able to experience first space and sound. And if you're very astute in your observation, even the Nada, the sound of creation in your dream state. You've not come to the waking state yet. In your dream state. Yes? So, we usually take our example of a nightmare. So, in that eerie space, the scary space, first there is the sound of the tiger, the roar. There is this space. Then there is air element. Air element is equal to the sense of touch. You start experiencing coolness, maybe because of fear, or maybe you start sweating. Yeah. So in case of a nightmare, you might be having the experience of fear. There is nothing but the projection of the sense of touch along with the air element. So you got it. First was the space element with the sense of sound projected. Then is the sense of touch projected along with the air element. Then comes the fire element and the sense of sight. You actually see that you are running. There is a forest. Maybe you look behind and you see a tiger, whichever way your dream progresses. Fire element and sense of sight are projected together. Here fire element means nothing but light. Okay, you need light to see. In the dark, in the night, you cannot see anything because of the absence of light. Yeah, fire is nothing but light. So you start seeing scary images. So the sequence is space along with the sense of sound, air with the sense of touch, fire with the sense of sight. Then comes water element and the sense of taste are projected if that is a part of your dream sequence. Suppose you have sweat dripping from your forehead and you taste it. You probably taste your sweat because you're running from the tiger due to your fear. And then finally the earth element and the sense of smell are projected. Yeah, there is the recognition of the heaviness of the body. The body is running in that fear. That is nothing but earth element. Yeah. Earth element and sense of smell are the last to be projected. Now I'm not saying that in every dream you will see the complete sequence and you will see all the elements projected. Maybe your dream is only about your sexual intimacy with your partner. Then obviously sense of touch is predominant and you're ignoring everything else. Yeah? Maybe your dream is about eating your favorite dark chocolate ice cream. Then everything else is ignored. Only the sense of taste is there. So it depends from dream to dream. But the more you become aware and the more you sharpen your witnessing, you will see this sequence in dreams. Yeah? So you project the elements along with their corresponding sense objects. Now this was a dream example only in which I included 5 elements and 5 senses. Again, be very clear, it does not mean that in every dream you will notice all the 5 elements and 5 senses. Yeah? Because you usually dream of that which you are attached to. Yes? And if you are very attached, your grip is so strong, your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana is very weak because of the grip. The more you release the grip, the more Sham becomes your strength, the stronger your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana becomes. Yeah, so recognize how the 5 nectars are connected to the strength of your seeing. Not seeing with these eyes, but seeing the wisdom. Yeah. So Ashtavakra says, even though you project them, you are not them. You project earth, you project water, you project fire, you project ether, you project air, but you are none of these that you have projected. Do you see that? How Ashtavakra is going sequentially from the deep sleep state to the dream, because in the dream you project it first. Yeah? You not only project the 5 elements, even the 5 sense objects, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. You are not them. The false belief that you are what you project, this is the cause of bondage. I repeat, the false belief that you are what you have projected, this is the cause of bondage. So Ashtavakra says, know yourself not as these elements, not as these senses. Yeah? Know yourself as the witness of these elements. Know yourself as the witness of these senses. Know yourself as Chidrupam, the form of consciousness. The key over here in this verse is, this is the only method to get liberated. Yeah, this is the only method to get liberated. Chidrupam Vidhi Muktaye. Vidhi, method, methodology. Muktaye, in order to get liberated. There is no other key. I am the witness. Isham Sakshinam Atmanam. Chidrupam Vidhi Muktaye. I am that form of consciousness that is a witness of everything. This is the only Vidhi, the only methodology, the only way to get liberated. There is no other shortcut. Clear? And I'll clarify Chidrupam a little bit more. Chidrupam, form of consciousness. A wave is the form of the same ocean. A bubble is the form of the same ocean. A ripple is the form of the same ocean. Different forms of the same ocean, same H2O, like that only. All the elements and all the senses are nothing but the form of the same consciousness, the nobodiness, the nothingness. The form of consciousness means you are the one that is conscious of these forms. The ocean is the source of the wave. The wave might not know the ocean, but the ocean knows its wave. Like that only, you are the witness. You are the consciousness that knows these forms. So you have the ability to recognize in your dream, oh, I am dreaming. This is the dream character. This dream character is running away from that dream tiger, and I am knowing the dream. This recognition, this itself shows that I am the Chidrupam that is witnessing that other form of me only. Yeah. The sense of I that arises is Chidrupam. It knows the 5 elements and the 5 senses that are projected in the dream state and then again in the waking state. You do not need physical eyes to see in your dream state. Have you realized this? You do not need physical ears in the dream state to hear the roar of the tiger. You do not need a physical nose to smell your own sweat running away from the tiger. You do not need a physical skin to feel the fear, to feel the touch of the air while running through the forest away from the tiger. You do not need a physical tongue to taste your own sweat in the dream state. All this is happening in the dream state without the presence of the 5 sense organs which you assume are there only in the waking state. Yeah, so recognize the sight, sound, smell, taste, touch plus earth, water, fire, ether, air are first projected in the dream state and then in the waking state. This means what? This means that they are simply thought. Thought is not an object. Thought is nothing but a form of consciousness. Chidrupam. Why? Because the thought arose from the I sense. If I sense is Chidrupam, so is thought, no? A wave arose from the ocean. If ocean is H2O, so is the wave. Clear? Just like a wave is water, a bubble is water, a ripple is water. Everything is water. Therefore, thought is water. Thought that seems to be an object. Thought is consciousness. Thought that seems to be an object is consciousness. Are you seeing this? Just like wave is nothing but water. Similarly, thought is nothing but consciousness. Chidrupam. Why? Because the thought arose from the I sense. If I sense is Chidrupam, thought is Chidrupam. Wave can be nothing but the ocean. Bubble can be nothing but the ocean. Therefore, mind is nothing but a combination of earth, water, fire, ether, air. Very clear? Yes? Similarly, the waking state, body, is nothing but a combination of earth, water, fire, ether, air. You experience the body in the dream state first, then you experience it in the waking state. This means that the body is not a combination of just earth, water, fire, ether, air. Earth, water, fire, ether, air are thought. And thought is simply consciousness. You experience the world of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch first in the dream state and then in the waking state. This means that the world is not a combination of just earth, water, fire, ether, air, but it is nothing but thought, and thought is simply consciousness. Yeah, so again and again, Ashtavakra brings us back from the mithya to the satyam. Again and again he'll bring, I am not this, not this, not this, not this. Earth, water, fire, ether, air is nothing but thought. Thought is nothing but I sense. I sense is nothing but consciousness or Chidrupam. Therefore, everything is Chidrupam, everything is consciousness. I am consciousness, that which I projects Earth, water, fire, ether, air is consciousness. And sight, sound, smell, taste, touch is consciousness. Chidrupam. Consciousness. Chidrupam vidhi muktaye. The method to liberation is to recognize that everything is consciousness. This is your homework from the shloka. Now contemplate, experiment, verify. Don't believe blindly. Ask questions. Ask 10 times. It's okay. No problem. But you become very clear about it. Yeah? That is the purpose of Gurukul. Yeah. This verse is clear? Okay, we can do a few question answers if you have questions. If you have questions, you can click on raise hand. In Zoom, there is a raise hand. So you just click on raise hand and the host will unmute you. Not just questions, if you want to share your experiences also, you can share your Swapna Nidra Jnana experiences. Just a moment. What?
It's the volume of the sound.
Okay. Can the first person speak so we are sure that the volume is loud enough at my end? Yes, Pamir.
Didi, when we started with, you say it's a journey. It's a journey from subject to subject.
No, it's a journey where you are used to focusing on the object. Right now, you are focusing on the object. Your direction is wrong. Yeah? You, the subject, who are the witness of the body and mind, have been focusing on the body and mind. Body and mind are object. So your direction is wrong. The journey of Advaita begins when subject starts turning towards the subject after dropping the grip on the object. You cannot hold onto the object and turn around and say, I am focusing on the subject. No, you have the object in your hand. You drop the object completely when the subject is focused on the subject. Then Advaita journey has begun. Clear?
So it is like arriving and arrived.
There is no arriving and arrived. You already are that. You're just fooling yourself. That's it. You're ignoring it. You wear spectacles, I can see. Many times you leave your spectacles on your head and you start looking, where are my spectacles, where are my spectacles, where are my spectacles? In the house you make everybody, come on everybody look for my spectacles. Everybody is looking for the spectacles. And then the bright kid in the family says, Mom, they're right on your head. You've been ignoring them. There is no arriving. There is no arrived. You have always been there. You have just ignored it. Advaita Vedanta shows you, you have ignored it. You don't need an object to show you that you've ignored the subject. Pointless. Pointless exercise. You are the subject. Just open your eyes and see.
God, thank you.
Yes.
Arjava, Kshama, Arjava, Daya, Dosha, Satyam, they can also be seen as leading one to the other. Can one, like releasing my hold on Maya, leads me to live according to the truth, and this makes me recognize suffering, and I identify with everybody and witnessing, and that the witnessing space is one. And when I become comfortable with this wisdom, I become established in the truth, and then this leads to liberation, that there is no attraction towards the world.
Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. 10 on 10. Take it up as homework. Can I see it the way Pamir sees it? Am I able to see this? Not intellectually. You don't have to memorize this answer. No point. He sees this experientially. Do I see this experientially? Yeah, that's your homework from Pamir, not from Ekta. You can unmute and speak. The host must have already unmuted you. No? No questions? Yeah, you'll have to unmute yourself and speak. Sushil, Rajshri, Brandon, on your own you have to unmute at your end.
Yes, Didi, I have the question that in the last round you told that thought is nothing but the consciousness, right? But in the beginning you told that you are not the body and the mind. Mind means only thoughts now.
Correct.
Then again the conscious, then in the end, in the end we can see that thoughts are nothing but, thoughts are also consciousness.
Yes.
That is the ultimate vision.
Yes. Yes. And there is no world. And there is no world. World is nothing but thought. Thought is nothing but me, the consciousness. So it's a journey. It's a journey. I think you all have not done Advaita level 1 videos. In Advaita level 1 videos, very clearly, you are externally focused all the time. Yeah. So what the teacher does, the teacher says, okay, you start with Advaita level 1. First you see, oh, I am not the body. Then you go to the next step, oh, I am not the mind. Oh, I am the witnessing space in which there is the body and the mind. So you've completed the inward journey. Please can you mute yourself? We are getting a background sound. So you've completed the inward journey. Now when you are at the consciousness level, you stay there, you marinate in that truth. And now you recognize, oh, if I am the ocean, I am H2O, and everything that arises from H2O is H2O. It cannot be anything else. So when I am the no-thingness, that I sense that arises, that also is made of the same no-thingness. So thought is nothing but consciousness, nothing else but consciousness. Then I thought says I am this, I am that, I like this, I want that, and that is the world thought. That is also nothing but consciousness. So this is the outward journey. So 2 ways. You come in first, you marinate in that truth, and then you see the outward path. That's why I told you, Ashtavakra is not for the beginner. Most of these people are in Gurukul already. They have already completed their journey from outside to the inside. Yes, many people are in the higher Gurukul where they've also completed inside to the outside. But they keep slipping here and there. So they need to marinate a little bit more. So wherever we are, no comparison with others, we just keep walking. It'll just happen. Yes, you can unmute and speak on your own. You don't have to wait for me.
Brandon, you can go ahead.
I have a second. I just wanted to share, I did the fifth, I did it a couple times, the fifth contemplation, and yesterday, at first I typed it into Flock, and then I was my ego arose and told me that it was just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, that this is not going to make any sense, so I ended up not sending it until today. But I had established in the witness, and then as I was there, I just had a realization that it came up, it didn't kind of make sense. It said, I am not, and I am nothing. And then as that sense of I am came back, as I felt thoughts coming, I felt the world reappear, and I created the world again. I could see it clearly, but for the split second, I felt I am nothing, and I felt I'm nothing.
Yes. So
I had that realization. But at first, like I said yesterday, I thought, nobody's going to understand this. It sounds like a bunch of junk. So I didn't even send it yesterday.
Well, that's what we did today then. I am nothing. I am nobody. And that is the truth. That is the truth. It might sound like a bunch of junk to my projected external waking world that I think is very scientific, and people there are scientifically oriented. The moment I see myself as a body mind, I see them as a body mind, and I see everybody scientifically oriented, and then they will think it's mumbo jumbo. No, again, pull yourself out. Niti, not this, this is mithya, I have to let it go. My experience is what again? I'm nobody, I'm nothing. In fact, there is no I. I is not I. When this recognition hits home, then you see it's all happening. It's a dream. Then whether I type in flock, that is the sharing part of the dream. If I don't type in flock, that is the not sharing part of the dream. It is still going per the dream script. I do not have control over it. Yeah? So beautiful. I am not I. I am not I. Yeah. It's in fact not even I am nobody. There is nobody. There is nobodiness. If we can start creating our own vocabulary. There is only nobodiness. And then now you hold on to your realization, beautiful realization. Don't give it up for old beliefs. The moment an old belief comes back, neti, not this, not this, not this. Yeah, apply viveka. Good, very good, Brandon.
Didi, that in fact, Kshama is coming out of the bondage. Bondage is not only of this lifetime, past, very deep impressions. Okay, what is the technique? Apart from this only, is it the only neti or some other technique can also be?
There's no other technique. All 20 chapters, every single verse will be the same thing. Neti, not this, not this, not this.
Because sometimes the deep impressions comes in the forms of very intense feelings or thoughts.
So it's the dream script. It's the dreamer's script. His dream. I am simply a dream character.
Yeah. Life is all like a dream. Yeah. Thank you.
You start from Advaita 1, huh? You do Advaita level 1 videos again. We have in fact Drig Drishyam Viveka videos just being edited, and I think 27th of June, next to next week, the sessions begin. That's Advaita level 1. You know? Attend that scripture. Slowly it becomes very clear. The clarity is what is missing, nothing else. Nothing else has to be done. No technique is required. What technique will be required to open my eyes? No technique. I have to just open my eyes and see the truth. And then courageously face the truth. My problem is I'm not courageous enough to face it. Yeah, I have to just courageously face the truth. Yeah. So those who want can join Drigdrishya Viveka. It's beginning on June 27th. If you go on the website, there will be the registration link. You can register. They are all free sessions, you know that. Yeah. That will strengthen your understanding. Your understanding that I am the witness is not strengthened there. That's why you asked this question. Yeah, so I'm specifically telling you and anybody else who identified with this question. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Hi, Ekta ji. Thank you for the class today. I really appreciate that. You mentioned Swapna Netra Jnana Sadhana, and you also mentioned Gurukul. How do I get started with that? Where do I get started?
This was a good starting point. What we did today, this was a good starting point. Yeah, the other thing that you need to do if you've never done Advaita Vedanta before this in life, Advaita Level 1 videos, they are on the website, they are on YouTube, there's an Advaita Vedanta channel, or you join the Drigdrishya Viveka starting on June 27th. That's a weekly Zoom session. So once you begin the first journey, this thing you need to get established in. I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. I'm not convinced only. I get convinced for 1 minute, again I go back to my old belief. I get convinced for 1 minute, I get pulled into my temptations, my attractions of the waking state. So I'm not really convinced. I just know it theoretically, intellectually. Yeah, I have not really tasted the strawberry. I have only seen it, drawn the picture, know the color, very beautiful, but I've never really tasted it. Yeah, for tasting you need to marinate in that knowledge for some time. Again and again and again and again and again. And when you do Advaita Level 1, Srishti Drishti Vada, for some time, it becomes very clear, yeah, I am not this body and mind. Why do I keep getting consumed by this? This is so silly. So your consumption with time and practice of marination in that knowledge, that consumption in the body-mind will reduce. And you'll start recognizing, oh, I'm the witness. This is so silly what I'm doing. This is so silly. Unless that happens personally for Thiru. Thiru is your name, no? Unless that happens personally for Thiru, it has not happened only then. It has to happen first for you. It has to be a personal journey. It has got nothing to do with Thiru's family members, Thiru's friends, Thiru's Advaitan group. It has to personally be recognized by Thiru. When he sees it, aha, I am the witness, I am not the body mind. Then you can progress to the next level, no? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Otherwise, it's all theory after this. All this is theory because the first step is only not clear. Yeah, so this is a good start for you, a good encouragement that I need to get started with level 1 first and become fully established in that. No rush. All the courses are online, everything is free, it will forever be online and it will always be free. Don't worry, nothing is going anywhere. No rush. I will do it at my own pace. Make yourself comfortable. First be at peace. Yeah, when you are at peace, then you marinate in this knowledge, in this wisdom. And then the more you marinate, it grows on you. And it will become your realization. Then Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana can begin. It is the next step after recognition, I am not the body, I am not the mind. Yeah, that's what I explained right in the beginning. This is not a beginner's scripture, not Ashtavakra Gita. Yeah, you do Drigdrishya Viveka. You can come to Ashtavakra whenever we do. You get the encouragement from here, oh, this is where I need to get to. Get that encouragement. Yeah, join here, get the encouragement, go back, now I have homework. I have to complete Drigdrishya Viveka. Yeah, or Advaita Level 1 basic videos. Clear?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hi, Devi. Just wanted to share my difference between the understanding of attending Ashtavakra earlier with you and now. That was like a comparison between the external world and to you. It was always like a material, then to the internal part, subject. Like Kshama, Arjava, Daya, Tosha, those 5 nectars per, you taught us like a virtues to be like, to practice, to earn, to differentiate between others and you. But this session, these 5 nectars completely different, loaded with the epitome of a power, I could say that, like it's like complete revealing the curtain, like what is Shama, what is that, it's like your own, like you, because we don't have any proof that others exist. It always journey within you, like what is Shama, like the way you explain the meaning of these 5 nectars is itself is like can lead you to the ultimate truth. You don't need anything else. Once you start at Shama, everything else will fall into the place and you will go to the Satyam for truth. You don't have to even continue the next session that you have designed. For my understanding, I'm saying, if you can follow these 5 nectars, at least with the meaning to word, that's it, sir. That is it. Nothing else needs to be done.
Yeah.
I could see the vast difference between the way you explained the first Ashtavakra and this Ashtavakra from the Ajatavara experience. So grateful to this knowledge. Just want to differentiate the differences between these.
Yeah, beautiful. Very, very clear. You've become very clear. That's good. Yeah. Earlier that was designed for the Dvaitam audience, the audience that was focusing on the object. This is for the one who has grown up. You've matured. Yeah, now you don't play with toys anymore. Now you've matured. Yes, when you recognize, I cannot build a home anymore. I should not even try building the sandcastle. It is going to get blown away. When you stop building that sandcastle, naturally you grow up. You've come to the level of Advaita Vedanta. Now you do Ashtavakra Gita purely from the perspective that Janaka was taught. Janaka was taught at this level, not at that level. Janaka was not a beginner. Yeah, Janaka was somebody who already knew Brahman Satyam. Little bit Jagat Mithya was missing in him. Yeah. So this strengthens that part. Jagat Mithya will get strengthened as we go through the verses. Good. Very astute observation. Good.
Thank you, Ekta ji. The absurdity of a thought attempting to be devoid of thoughts and in thought.
Yeah. So what's your question?
It's just
because
just felt that today. That's all I wanted to share.
Yeah. When we are totally lost in the assumption that I am the body or I am the mind that is running the body, that understanding I carried for so long, no? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years of my life, however long I carried that belief, that conditioning, and now seeing, oh, it's the exact opposite of what I believed. In fact, that was a belief. This is my experience, and I was just ignoring my experience. Now I know there is nothing like thought. There is nothing like world. I don't have the proof of the existence of a computer out there and an Ekta on the computer. I don't have the proof of the existence of a beloved. Touch does not prove that that person exists, because I touch in my dream and it's so real. Sometimes the tiger in my dream is more real than the waking situation. Where is the difference? Is that real or is this real? Yeah, waking up to this truth. How I didn't see it? Oh, simple. I was spiritually immature. You don't shout and scream at a child because he does not understand higher mathematics. No, you wait for him to mature so that he can understand higher mathematics, right? Similarly, have compassion for that immature past that you label as I of the past. Yeah, daya for that. Yeah, I'm spiritually immature. Today I am mature. Now I see the truth. I don't believe the truth. I don't assume the truth. I don't create any ideas or concepts. No deductive logic. I reject all this niti. With viveka, with the eyes of wisdom, I see the truth and I acknowledge the truth moment to moment to moment. Beautiful. Good, Thiru. Good, Aditya. Yes, Gaza.
So I have been going through a very, very strong physical experience for so many months. And the knowledge where I dropped it was, it's a bit of a conflict. And today when you were explaining Tosha, I could understand that, yeah, that contentment is missing because of this physical experience that is, it's 24/7, the physical experience. So how do you find that contentment even after having had glimpses of I'm not the body, I'm not the mind? It's just been very conflicting.
The conflicting part is because of that, the past few months, the practice of Swapna Nidra Jnana sadhana took a backseat. Bring that back. You will recognize this physical sensation is not there in the deep sleep state. Cannot be there. Only belongs to the waking. Then, when you deepen your sadhana, you will see this physical sensation is not there even in the dream state.
Yes.
It's only limited to the waking. When you become very clear, then you will not say it is 24/7. It cannot be. 24/7 is only I, the background of nothingness, the awareness. Nothing else can touch me. Nothing else can touch me. Yeah? So first, daya for myself. I should stop beating myself up. Oh, I took a back seat because of this little difficult period for the body. It's okay. Done. Fresh. Start fresh. Now I see the truth. Now I attempt to just keep doing the sadhana all day. When I do it all day in the waking state, recognizing I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am that witness of the body and mind. Now I take it into the bed when I lie down in the night. The body is lying down to sleep. I never sleep. You take it further. See, now I lose this sensation. There are only thoughts. Be very astute about this. There will be a point when all sensations are gone. And there are only thoughts. Maybe the thoughts are of the sensation, but there is no sensation. So learn to distinguish between the gross thought and the subtle thought. Gross thought is perception and sensation, perception of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and sensation of the body. Subtle thought is of the mind, which is nothing but an idea or an image in the mind or a feeling of whatever, happiness in the dream, sadness, pleasantness, unpleasantness. So there is difference between gross thought and subtle thought. First distinguish that. Then go deeper into it. Start recognizing. See, the gross thought has disappeared, only subtle thought is there. Even in the dream, the tiger is a subtle thought. It is not a gross thought. It appears to be a gross thought, but there is a big difference between the gross thought of the dream and the gross thought of the waking. You go at this detailed level of discrimination using viveka. Now go deeper. There will be a point where even the subtle thought will disappear. Just poof, vanish into nothingness. Maybe your nothingness lasts a very short time, but it is there. However short, it is there. That's when I recognize, aha, this is the closest I am to my true nature. And again the sense of I comes up, again the subtle thoughts of the dreams come up, and then the gross thoughts of the waking come up, which is sensations and perceptions. So keep recognizing this switch, this shift that is continuously happening. Yeah? Past is past, forget, it's gone. We don't even know if it existed. It could just be a memory, repetitive thought. All I know is the now. Yeah? Now is the truth. Begin now.
Ekta Prasanna here. Ekta, is this an ego that I'm asking or telling myself that if I'm not body, I'm not mind, then do I really need to do all this dissection of what is happening in dream, what is subtle thought, what is gross thought, what is all these things? Is it my ego?
Well, don't you want to find the answer to why I am suffering? If you want to find the answer to why I am suffering, then you have to find the solution. No, the solution is self-inquiry. If you don't want to find the answer to why I am suffering, then there's no need to do Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Simple. If there is a question, you want to find the answer. Right? If there is no question, then there is no need to find the answer. So you ask yourself, is there a question? You don't have to announce it in public with everybody. Do I really need to find the answer to why am I suffering? Why is there dukkha in my life? Why is there suffering? If I don't need to find the answer, then you don't need any jnana. You're good, already enlightened. Yeah? So, personal contemplation time. There is only one cause for suffering. A misunderstanding that I am the body-mind personality. This is the only cause for suffering. There is no other cause. You're not going to find anything else. If you blame, she is the cause of my suffering, he is the cause of my suffering, that person is the cause, this thing is the cause, my finances are the cause, you're looking in the wrong direction. You're trying to separate out objects. You're forever going to be stuck. One object you will rectify, the next object will give dukkha. You will rectify that object, the next one will give dukkha. And that's how you've been leading your life, no? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. You've been focusing on objects and it didn't work. At this age, you're still sitting in an Advaita class. What does it mean? Wasted time. Wasted time focusing on objects and trying to rectify objects. Maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe I was looking in the wrong direction. Can I look in the right direction? Instead of focusing on the object, can I focus on the subject? Maybe I can get rid of this suffering. So if there is the question of why is there suffering, then you will have to look for the answer in the right direction, no? That is why Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Clear? Yes,
I wanted to share my experience about Swapna Nidra Jnana. I constantly practice to see how Jagat is mithya. So as soon as the eyes open, I see, oh, this is the projection of the 5 elements. I see this room. I see family members. Each time I see the family members, the colleagues or strangers on the road, I'm just, this dream character is just constantly staring to see, oh, this looks so real, and yet it's not. And how this practice percolates into the dream. So in the dream, there was the dream character was in a place where there were a lot of people, strangers, and that dream character kept staring at the dream characters and kept looking and said that, oh, this appears so real, but these are all my dream characters. It was looking at the design of the dress that they were wearing, the color of the eyes, and then those dream characters were staring back, just how anyone in the waking dream would stare back if I would stare at them for a long time. So it was very interesting when I woke up to see that how this constant practice in the waking dream carries out in the dream, to know that this is all just a dream.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now no competition with Swati. She's been doing it for 2 years, okay? She's been in Gurukul for 2 years. So we can all start. Yeah? You begin with baby steps. Whatever little bit you can see, you start noting down in your notebook by your bedside. A lot of people in this group have been in Gurukul for almost 1 to 2 years. So they've been practicing, and that's how they have reached here. Yeah? So no competition, we will all get there. We will all get there. Okay? Yeah.
There is a question.
Yeah.
There is a sharing and then a question based on that. It was in the waking state where a thought came up of a sensation, and then another thought came up as, oh, this is a pain in the knee, and then usually there is an identification with the body, but now because all this happens in the nothingness, when there's a sense that I am the nothingness, and then thoughts just come, and then there was no identification with the thought. So the body didn't come up because it was clear that this is a thought, the sensation and the pain, and then it just dissolved. So it's almost like there's no body. So it's like you can bring up the body or not, right? Is that how it is? When there is nothingness, you just continue to be the nothingness, and there is the clarity and knowing that there's no body. So it's almost like if I want to, I can bring up the body, but there is clear knowing that there's no body. So it's almost like how this sensation comes up and this thought comes up, and then we decide it's a body. But if there is knowing that there's no body.
Perfect, perfect.
Right?
Yes. Yes, it is like that. It is like that. Beautiful. I wonder if any of them really got your question. The body is there only when you assume to be the body. The body is not there when you are not assuming to be the body mind. And you can recognize this. Yeah? For example, are you aware of your breath? Now see, you became aware. Yeah? Till this time, you were not assuming to be the body mind. The moment you assume, you recognize its presence. It is a belief, it is a thought. Yeah? She has been practicing for several years, so she has recognized that I am the consciousness in which there is this clear projection of sensation, and I label it as the body. There is a clear projection of thought, and I label it as the mind. And it is in my hands when I label it as the body or the mind. And it is there only when I label it as body and mind. It is not there otherwise. The same thing happens to you. You're just not astutely observing the reality yet. Yes, her focus has been subject on subject only. She's dropped all object. And that's why she's reached that understanding that the body mind is there only when I assume it to be there. Is that clear? Yeah. Take it down as homework. Do I recognize this? Homework from Sindhu. Do I recognize this? Yes. And if you don't recognize it yet, doesn't matter. Keep it as a goal. This is where I have to get in my Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. If somebody from the Gurukul participants can get there, even I can get there. Yeah. Drop all your wrong beliefs oh, I am not the witness, I cannot get there, I am too old, I am not intelligent, I am not smart enough, blah, 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 blah. Drop. Neti, not true, not true. You are the witness, you are the consciousness yourself. How can you not get there? It's not possible. Yeah. Yes, Shailaja.
Ektaji, I also had a recognition a little bit similar to Sindhu's. Previously, in the Buddha meditation where there is no thought at all, shunyata, I observed that there is no breath. I recognized. I used to think that the body is there, but it's not breathing. Then recently I have recognized that not only there is no breath, there is no body. So it's no body, no breath. It's not like the body is there, but it was not breathing.
Superb. Very nice. Very nice. It's the same recognition. Only when I assume to be the body and mind is there. Body and mind both are nothing but thoughts. Yeah, this recognition will become stronger and stronger, and you'll finally get established in who I am, the witnessing space in which if I assume a thought, it is there. If I don't assume a thought, it's not there. The body is a thought. The mind is a thought. The world is a thought. The husband is a thought. The wife is a thought. The TV, the furniture, the gadgets, the money, name, fame, job, career, all thoughts. Oh, only when I assume it, it's there. When I do not assume, it's not there. Superb. Fantastic realization. Yes, Ranjini.
Hi, Didi. I want to share my experience. So, a few weeks ago, I had a dream, and in that dream, that someone said that they're going to hurt me, and then that guy said, "I'm going to take a shower and come and hurt you." And then I'm having so much fear, and then the next thing, I'm walking towards the gate, and I see a building, and there another friend is sitting, and I thought I'll go ask his help. And then I just looked at him. Can he really help? Can he really help me here? And then I'm like, maybe not. And then how do I fix it? How do I change this? And then can I help myself? And then I realized I'm going to help you. And then that's when it struck me. Oh, nobody can fix or control this because this is a dream. It's as simple as it's a dream. And then I was like, that means that if that guy has to come and hurt me, the next scene has to arise as a belief, as a projection, so that he's going to hurt me. And then I quickly revisited that guy and what he said, and then I realized he is not there. That is not real. And then the fear sensation just quickly disappeared. And I was like, oh, this is all a scene, all an image. And I projected it, and I just had the sensation. And from then on, everything looks, the friend disappeared, everything disappeared. The sensation of all it was. The fear sensation just disappeared. There was a relief, a liberation. And then, oh, it was all a dream. And I woke up at 3:45 in the morning, and then I just closed my eyes and revisited the dream again and again. And from then on, every moment, I'm comparing that with this world, waking world. I'm believing that. That is why it looks real. I am believing this world. I am believing this person. I am believing this and that. And I applied while there was no conversation. There was no people coming and talking. And I was applying, how am I seeing this? How am I seeing this? Yeah. And then when people come and talk, and when I get consumed, and I'm saying, why did I not see that like that? So there was attachment to that. There was attachment that was making it feel as real. And then I'm like, no, this is a belief. Absolutely belief. It's exactly like the dream that guy said he's going to come back and hurt me, and it didn't even happen. And that was a belief. And so
So it's amazing how all along I was believing everything is real and everything is. I don't know how I was doing that. So I just thought,
Yes, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah. We will also get there. We have to just start recognizing that this dream script is not really in my control. When you give up the grip, release your grip on the object, on wanting to control the object, you have just taken the first step in the right direction. That's exactly what she has done. Yeah, she cannot explain it in the technical terms of Ashtavakra, but I can see that she saw that in the dream she woke up and realized it's a dream. It's not in my control. I cannot change that. And she applied that in the waking state. It's not in my control. I cannot change that. She released her grip on the object, on wanting to control the object, on wanting to control the dreamer's script. That's how she got out of that particular attachment, that particular belief. Yeah? So she's sharing with you. Take the wisdom point from this. How can I apply this to my life? How can I recognize that my grip on controlling an object is the cause for my suffering? When I release the grip, I realize, oh, it's the dreamer's script. It will anyway continue on its own. My feverishness was the cause of my suffering. My feverishness to control it, to change it, to want it to be something other than what it is. That feverishness was the cause for my suffering. Beautiful. Very nice, Ranjana. Now last sharing or last question. After this, all those who want to share, please share in flock. Yeah, so that everybody can benefit from it. If you're shy about sharing something, share it one-on-one with me in flock itself. It's easier that way. Yeah? Okay. Yes, Deepali.
So there is similar kind of experience, but after the Mandakaya session back in December, before that I used to get scared in dreams also. So it was almost the same knowledge that you shared at that time also, that the dreams and the dreams are not real, right? So after that, the fear in the dream had vanished. So recently when you shared that we have to do the homework, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. So in between I had lost, I was not doing any practice or anything because of some personal reasons. And started doing when I started doing the homework again. Few days back, 3 days back, I had a dream that I actually was enjoying like a movie. It's as if you have it was just like a movie. There was no fear, there was nothing. I was just enjoying it as there's a movie because there was no attachment to the dream. And I know that I could not, there was nothing that a dream character could have done there or a dreamer could have done there. So when I woke up in the morning, I was just, I was just smiling that I watched, it was almost like I watched a movie. After watching a very nice movie, you have that side. It was just like that. So I just wanted to share that after that Mandakaya session, that fear after watching a dream that, oh, I'm going to lose that person or I'm going to lose something, has completely vanished.
Good. Oh, good. Astrology also, I forget all this astrology, palm mystery, all these things that you believe in. All objects, spiritual objects need to be shed, drop, let go. Yeah.
Yes.
Interpretation of dreams, all these things. You can mute yourself, Deepali. All these things need to be dropped now. Yeah, all these were all my spiritual toys. I played with them long enough, got nowhere, still beating my head on the wall, still suffering, pointless. Drop, start looking inwards. Okay, good, very nice. So now, quickly I'll tell you what is the homework for tomorrow. Yeah, from verse 1, you have to check with yourself. Do I have the similar kind of questions that Janaka has? These 3 questions have come from his yearning for enlightenment. Do I have that yearning? That's your verse 1 homework. Verse 2 homework, the 5 nectars. See if you could apply any of these 5. Shama, Arjava, Daya, Tosha, Satyam. Any of these 5 nectars, if you happen to apply today during the day, post it in Flock. Your little 1 paragraph experience sharing. Yeah, that's your homework number 2. If any of these nectars you could apply, if you could release your grip on something and be comfortable, yeah, or you could get established in Tosha, fantastic. Even if it was for just a few hours, share it with everybody. It will encourage others to do homework. Homework from verse 3. You are Chidrupam. The method to liberation is to recognize that not only I am Chidrupam, I am consciousness, but everything is consciousness. Yeah, these are 3 homeworks for sharing. If you can recognize any of these, please share with everybody in Flock. If you have a question, please share with me. Ask in Flock if you want to ask. Yeah. And the most important, practice of Swapna Nidra Jnana tonight. So before I lie down, I remind myself, I do not sleep. After I lie down, I recognize everything slowing down and the passing away of the waking state and emergence of the dream state. And then I also notice the passing away of the dream state and the appearance of nothingness. And then again the reverse. I come back. Sense of I comes back first, then the dream state, and then the waking state. You have only one night, huh? That is tonight. So see that you are very sincere about your Swapna Nidra Jnana practice tonight. Come what may, I have to do this. Yes? Complete conviction, come what may, I have to do it. Right now only, write a post-it note and stick it next to your nightstand. I do not sleep. It is the body-mind that sleep. I am the witness of the sleep. Yeah? Just put it up, hang it next to your bedside and experiment. Experiment, verify, and that's how you go ahead in Jnana. There is no point memorizing Jnana, learning the shlokas by heart, chanting like a Vedic Pandit. What's the point? So what if your Sanskrit is good? You're still suffering, you Sanskrit scholar. What's the point? You're still attached to your Sanskrit and your pronunciation and how you are better than the others. You are still suffering, my sweetheart. Wake up. You're suffering because of your Sanskrit chanting. So drop knowledge, embrace wisdom. And what is wisdom? My own recognition of who I truly am. Very clear? Yes, main homework is clear. Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Mandatory for everyone. Yeah? And tomorrow morning again we'll meet at 8 a.m. Eastern time. We will do the 2 self-explorations very seriously, very sincerely in contemplation time. Write down what you actually experientially saw. Not intellectually understood, not what you memorized, what you experientially saw. That's what you write down in contemplation. Does everybody have the Ashtavakra notebooks? Really? Were you really making notes today? Okay, good. Yeah, so be sincere. Do your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Share on Flock. I will see you tomorrow morning. Yeah? Bye-bye. Have a lovely day.